Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my design team project journal for CraftyCat here on YouTube or CraftyCat USA if you're looking on Etsy. So I've used her 1923 kit and the 1923 kit add-on, you know. They both come with 7 beautiful pages. You can use them in a variety of ways. They're really gorgeous, and they really did inspire me to make something old and what I thought would hopefully do it justice. So this is the journal I came up with. It's a hardcover, even though you can see there's lots of fabric everywhere. It is a hard chipboard base. We've got doilies matching front and back, some little decorative flowers, this lovely great big one, and this lovely tea dyed organza ribbon. Journal measures 8 by 6. It's got a 1.5 inch spine. Well, I should say she, not it, because she's a lovely lady, and there's 130 plus pages. I've called her Florence after my grandma rather, because my grandma was called Florence, Grandma Flo, and I've mentioned before in my videos I've got pictures of her in her kind of flapper dresses, really elegant and beautiful, from the 1920s. So the images that was in this kit just kept reminding me of old Grandma Flo, so I've called the book Florence. So like I said, it's a hardcover book. Here in the front I've got a small pocket for a library card that you can write on, journal on, do whatever you want. And I made a great big tag with, most of them are backed onto coffee dyed paper. I'll mention the ones that aren't. Some of them have got scrapbook paper or whatever. This scrapbook paper is Tim Holtz, and I just thought it went really well. Like this is the first page I've used from the 1923 kit from CraftyCat, and look at these, like the images, the colours. I just thought they went so beautiful together. The trims, there's a mixture of new and vintage trims inside, and yeah, I've put quite a few little bits and bobs on. I'm really happy with how she came out. So, page from the kit. Oh, before we go any further, I'll just mention I printed all mine out on coffee dyed paper. If you was printing them on plain white copy paper or card or whatever, you know, the images would be a bit brighter, but I wanted mine on coffee dyed paper, so I've got markings coming through from the coffee, and I really like how that looks. But each to their own, you know. It looks lovely as well on normal copy paper that's white. But yeah, there's lots of nice markings in here from the coffee. I printed a couple of pages again after I'd printed off the whole kit. I chose 2 pages to print onto vellum, and so you'll see this image in the book somewhere on normal paper, but I chose to print a couple onto vellum because I think it gives a really lovely look. I'm really pleased how that turned out on there. Right, here I've got a pocket that is also a fold out. This is a tag from the kit, and look, I backed this with card that I coffee dyed, and I dried on textured wallpaper, so I've got these lovely markings on some of the backs that came through from the coffee dyeing, which I'm really pleased with. This is another one from the kit. This isn't, it's one of my little bits. This is another lovely one. You could use it as button card or as like a little frame. You could write a little sort of quote, you know, like an inspiring kind of quote in there. lots and lots of possibilities. And this is an image from Edith Holden, one of her books, and that's just back there. And I said it was a pocket, which it kind of is, but it folds out. I got this idea from watching Yvonne Preston, who has loads of fab ideas. I do remember her saying that she got the idea from someone else. I can't remember who, you know. But if you go to Yvonne's channel, she shows how you do these. And yeah, they're really cool. It's pretty easy really. You just fold up the paper, well, fold in your triangles at each end, and then fold it up, and then you just choose how wide or thin you want to do it, you know. But I love doing those because they're like a sort of secret journaling space, aren't they? There's a whole lot of room, and you really, no one else would know if you didn't want them to, because it just looks like a lovely pocket. This is one of the images from the kit. It's an old wallpaper from the 1920s, and it's just gorgeous. And you see, again, I won't mention it anymore after this one time, because I know I do repeat myself sometimes, but the image would be a lot brighter on plain white paper, but I love the look on the coffee dyed. So on the reverse of that page, we've got this lovely pocket from, I've laid this banner here, this is from the kit, and I just layered it up. I've got the dictionary meaning for fashion, I thought that went well, and there's some scrapbook paper, and I just scrunched up some sari silk on there to make these ruffly bits. This tag is from the kit, and again I've got the lovely markings from the wallpaper. These bits are from the first kit, and then there's other bits from the add-on. I can't remember now what bit is what, but you can view all that on the shop, you know. But there's the main kit and the add-on kit. They're both like the same size with like similar things in, and yeah, I used both in here. So here we've got, on this, I've got an envelope here. We've got this lovely button card from the kit, and I sewed these buttons on. And I went like with these pearly pinky buns because I was using a lot of pink. And this also is from the kit. Hang on, I've got a bit here. It's trim that she's scanned in and made so you can cut it out and decorate anywhere you like. Actually, I might even stick that on somewhere afterwards because I forgot about that bit. But yeah, I thought that looked lovely on here, and I've got this lovely little bit of old looking trim that was gifted to me by a lovely friend. So we've got a tag there, and when you come over, we've got this piece. This is from the kit as well. It's a bit of the old wallpaper, and then the other bit is ledger. You'll see that when we get to the other side of the pocket because this is sewn in. And I just, oh, I've pulled that out now. I just folded the flap down and glued it down inside, and then I've stuck another piece of the paper from the kit in front of the envelope so that we would have another pocket. I found in one of my old newspapers that I gather from different places, boot sales and what have you, this advertisement for a country suit, and it's from a paper from those kind of times. So I just backed it onto coffee dyed paper and put a lovely flower, and just I used this tartan looking ribbon because of the pattern on the suit, so that's why I chose that. And then we've got this little image from Edith Holden, and we've got this image from Amy's kit, and I thought they was really lovely together. And so yeah, I've used this as a journaling card. It's backed onto some card stock, only thin, but it just dyes beautifully. I really do love the way the coffee sort of sits in places and makes different effects. This is another page from the kit, and you can see the bits of the old wallpaper and bits of trim and that, and these lovely images of women's fashions. And then I've got a vintage book page here, and this one, I think this one is either from 1908 or 1930 something, but yeah, it's nice and old, so we've got a couple of bits like that in here. This is another image page. I think this is from the add-on. I might be wrong, but I'm sure it is from the add-on kit, and you can see the gorgeous images there. Old dictionary. I made this the other day on camera, and we've got loads of lovely trims, new and old, like a couple of these are vintage. And the image in there is from a book by Fanny Robinson, who was another illustrator, very, very similar to Edith Holden, and you can have it either side. So whatever you choose, you can have in there, and there's also plenty of room that you could, hang on, I'm not putting it in right, that's it, there's plenty of room in this envelope to fill it with like papers or whatever you, but I didn't stick that image down because there was a lovely image on both sides, and so I thought if you could have it reversible, it just gives you a little bit of things where you can sort of change it up a bit, ring the changes. Love all this coffee dye, and I really do, it came out really well this time. This is another image from the kit, and this page is all like collage. There's a couple of them like that, the one at the beginning was as well, and you can see the different like pieces. It's just gorgeous. And then we've got this scrapbook paper in the middle. For anyone in the UK, this is from a pack from the works, and you get these double-sided pages, and it's only £3 a pack. Can't go wrong, 12 by 12. So I love those packs, and there's loads of different styles, and I've used a few of those packs in here, pieces from the packs rather. This is the other side of the page I just showed you of the collage, and you can see she's got like an embroidered napkin there, some paper like ledger paper, this photograph, the wallpaper, really is fabulous. And then what have we got here? Oh, we've got an altered paper clip, and I took an old advertisement and backed it with coffee dyed paper and sewn a nice pretty tab at the top. I thought that went really well with this flower. And over here, this banner is from the kit too, and there's a bit of sheet music there and that lovely flower. And then there's this envelope from the kit, and I've just put an A4 sheet of coffee dyed paper in there for you to journal on. And as you can see, there's like some ledger and the old wallpaper. It's really beautiful, so I love that. And I'll show you again, because I printed the page with the envelopes twice, and I'll show you again. I did the other one with the flap being that bit, and even though it's the same envelope in the kit, if you make a couple with the flap the other way, it looks completely different. It does give you a different look. So I thought that was great. This image in particular really reminded me of Grandma Flo, because I've got pictures of her in dresses similar and hats like that. So that's why we've got the name Florence, because I just was reminded of her all the way through. I felt like she was with me while I was doing it. It was brilliant. And look at this, these beautiful wallpapers and old advertisements and trims, just fabulous. And this is the other side of that piece of paper that I cut up, and you can see it's got this old ledger on it, which is brilliant. I made a couple of little tags. This one, it's got a bit of pattern paper there, and I've got some bees on a bit of ribbon. That's from Edith Holden, and that's backed onto just scrapbook paper. This is another little card from the kit, which could either be a button card, a photo frame, or a frame for like a positive affirmation or something like that, you know. There's lots and lots of options open to you, and I love this old ledger, I really do. And there is some of the trim that she scanned on to be in the kit that I put up there, and I've just found an old advertisement and I've got a ticket there. And so in this pocket we've got some vintage trim at the bottom. This is from the kit and it's like old wallpaper and it's got that kind of top, so I wanted to keep that like it is. I've backed it on coffee dyed card again with lovely markings, and I didn't want to cover it up because I thought it was so beautiful, so I left it exactly as it was. So that was that. Got a bit of Tim Holtz paper here and I've just done a collage, backed it onto coffee dyed paper, and a nice big tag again from one of Edith Holden's books. Sheet music. And that's the other side of that gorgeous wallpaper, and you've got different markings and that. It just looks so beautiful. Really was pleased when I saw the kit and downloaded it. I was just so happy with what I was presented with. It's just lovely. And look at this. Look, you've got newspaper there, you've got that image, you've got this writing, a frame. It's just really lovely. And on the vellum, you just get the benefit of it from both sides. I think it's fabulous. The other side of the first page, and again you see you've got that kind of duck egg blue that goes so well with this sheet of Tim Holtz paper and the beautiful butterflies. So that is the end of the first signature. I've used Tim Holtz again here, and again look, the lovely duck egg blue, and so I used this page to have opposite, and it's got blue there, and you've got a little bit of the wallpaper with the same, and yeah, it went really lovely. And that lovely image of a napkin there is fabulous. I love it. And there's Grandma Flo again. I know it's not really her, but it just looks so much like her. And look at this, look how beautiful it is. It's just come out just so good. Another image from the kit. As you can see, you've got the ledger. She's just layered up like collage, the wallpaper, this kind of images from sewing patterns and what have you, like a fashion kind of magazine. It's just brilliant. I love it. And so because of that, my old book, and if I remember rightly, this is the one from 1908, I'm sure it is, and I've cut out, there's a bit about dressmaking, you know, and so it's telling you how to make a skirt and bits and bobs. I thought that was a really cool thing to have in there. And then I've made a little notepad, so it opens up like this. I've just got this little closure, lots of pages there, all lovely markings and what have you. I'll just pull it out properly just to show you. It's only stuck on by where I've stitched across, so if you fill it up you can gently peel it out and stick a new one in. It's really that simple, so you can use it more than once. But yeah, I love that. And that's another one of those £3 paper packs from the works, and I just sort of muddied it up a bit with my inks and that, and I really like how it came out. This is another wallpaper from the kit. Don't you just get so much stuff? Just so much. There's so much you can do with it. It's wonderful. Really love this. I think I might print a bit of this off and make some envelopes and that, you know, as well with that pattern, because I really like it. More excellent coffee dyeing. This little piece of trim is also from the kit. And so this is just a normal paper bag. I printed this image on myself. And then I stuck that little bit of trim from the kit on there. I've made a little booklet here with paper and card. And yeah, I just thought I'd tuck that in there. And then I've got a lovely old advertisement from a newspaper. And I just stitched it onto some scrapbook paper there. And it's from like really old-fashioned shoes from like the same era as we're going for, from these 1923 kits. This lovely image is also from the kits. and you can see the writing from the letter in the background and the gorgeous flower. Again, another page from the kit, or from one of them. You're just getting so much, and they're really inexpensive. Seriously, just go check it out. Even if you're not going to buy, just go check out CraftyCat USA on Etsy. They're so reasonable. Like, I was shocked, really shocked, because yeah, you're getting lovely images and a lot of the work done for you, like with the tags and things and the banners, pockets. You've just got to print it out and you're good to go. You know, you've got like a lot of ephemera, you've got pages that you can sew in or that you can sort of cut up, make other things with. I love this. This is a sewing machine. So this was from another paper pack from the works. So I cut that out and made that into a tag with coffee dyed paper, because I thought it all ties in, you know. Yeah, that's right. Another page there, and you'll remember this was one of the pages that I printed again onto vellum, but now you can see it on the coffee dyed paper what it looks like. And yeah, just fabulous, really is. Another page from one of those cheap paper packs for the centre signature. This is the other side of the page I just showed you, the one that I printed out on vellum. And look, lovely rose, and you've got this old like composition notebook kind of paper, and then you can just see the letter behind and the newspaper. Brilliant, just brilliant. This is the other bit from that page that I folded out with all the different dresses on. This is another image from the kit, you see. So you could, again, you could use it as a button card, whatever you want. That's just the back side of the paper bag. I'll just cut the other end off. This image is also from the kit, and I thought it was lovely there. And this is the other envelope, and I think it, just doing it with the flap there instead of there, I think you get two completely different looks. I know you're only going like that, but because it's up the other way, your eye is drawn to it in a different way. It is to me anyway. And in this one there's coffee dyed lined paper, and the other one just had plain coffee dyed paper. So really like those. I think they're fabulous. Got another pocket here, and we've got a lovely vintage postcard. A bit of a collage on this tag, and I'll just tell you, this paper pack here is from the V&A, the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, in Kensington. They scanned in a lot of their old tapestries and carpets and fabrics and made a paper pad out of it. I think there's some wallpapers as well. And they made a paper pack, and this is one of those, and it's just fabulous. I love it. And again, another Edith Holden, and there's a little stamp with some flowers there. This is the other side of that wallpaper that I really love. This image as well is also in the kit. Can you believe it? There's that trim. I've just stuck those onto a coin envelope, and then we've got a tag here that I've coated in pattern paper, like sewing pattern paper. So I don't know whether you'd really be able to write on here. You might be able to write on here in a biro, or you could just stick something on if you wanted to write. And I just made this out of a little advertisement and a little paper rose and bow, and I sewed on the little fabric tab. Look at that, beautiful markings from the wallpaper. And then got a nice big pocket here. I've made a big tag from an Edith Holden page. I've made a smaller one from an Edith Holden page, but this bit is that trim. Do you remember you saw it again on that the other side of the paper bag? Well, that's that there. And then I just got a bit of old this is from the same paper pack as this, Tim Holtz, and it's just on coffee dyed paper. So I thought that was kind of cute. There's the other page, and there's the other sewing pattern thing. or not pattern, it's just making instructions really out of that book. Yeah, love that ledger and that image. You saw that earlier stuck on something else. And this is the other side of the one I printed on vellum. Look at it. Ain't it gorgeous? I just love that. And you saw this before on actual paper, but yeah, I love it on the vellum. I really do. And we're getting towards the end. This lovely pocket is from the kit. And there's the flaps there on the sides and the bottom, so that it's quite a roomy pocket. And she marks where you can cut out and that, you know. But I used my 2-inch scallop punch, and I punched that out. But it was just me being lazy really, and I just thought it gave a little bit of a different look. This is from the kit as well. Little tag of collage of those images you saw just now. They're absolutely gorgeous, and that's on coffee dyed card. A bit of Edith Holden, and I've put the dictionary definition of affirmation there, and I thought you could use this for a positive affirmation or a prompt for writing about gratitude or whatever, you know. I just thought that was lovely. And this is from the kit as well, and you've got this little girl in this little coat, and it's showing you the different ways and all what you will need down there, and the different like sort of variations you can have. I love that. Last bit of the journal with this lovely last page from the kit, and I've got this lovely old trim on there. And then again we're back with the Tim Holtz, and I just put a little bit there in the blue, and you'll see I did that at the very beginning with a white piece of the same trim. And finally I thought I'd end with another big pocket, and a while you were out note, and I've just done a little collage there, and it's backed onto scrapbook paper. And then a nice big tag from that Tim Holtz paper pack, and that is backed onto coffee dyed paper. So that is the journal. I will be listing her tomorrow probably, so this is going out Monday night here in the UK, so I'll be listing her Tuesday, probably by Tuesday lunchtime. So thank you very much for watching. Do go and check out Amy's channel. It's just called CraftyCat here on YouTube, and her Etsy shop is CraftyCat USA, and they'll both be linked down in the description box. She's got some wonderful stuff. She's got some more kits. If you go back through my videos, you'll see I did another design team project for her last month with a different kit, and I made up a little ephemera folder, and it turns out beautiful because the stuff I'm working with is really beautiful. So yeah, go and check it out. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked looking through Florence. I really enjoyed making her, and thank you all so much for sticking with me, supporting me and everything. I love you all for that. You enrich my life more than you'd ever know. So thank you very much. I love you lots. Bye bye.